I will now call the September 23rd Blue Springs City Council meeting to order. If you would stand with me, observe a moment of silence, and then I will lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Well, welcome all of you out there in attendance, as well as those who might listen to the video at a later time. Councilman Fowler has asked that I pull item C on the consent agenda. There are other items that need to be pulled. If not, I accept a motion for approval.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Clavell?
Aye.
Councilman Levacy?
Aye.
Councilman Fowler?
Aye.
Councilman Carter?
Aye.
Councilman Edmondson?
Aye.
Councilman Culpepper?
C.
Mayor.
I'm looking for C. I'm sorry.
Cinco de Mayo.
Bueno. Mayor Ross?
Aye.
Carried unanimously.
Councilman Fowler. Item C.
There was a provision in there where the city administrator moves from unencumbered balance to other locations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a limit on that?
The limit for each fund is the amount of the budget for the entire fund, so that's the limit for what the transfers can be.
Okay.
That satisfy what you?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any further discussion on it? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have a public hearing on the 2015 tax levy.
Mayor, the city has the following exhibit to enter into the record. Exhibit number 1, council information form from Assistant City Administrator Christine Cates proposing the tax levy for 2015 as $0.7281 per $100 assessed valuation with attachments. Notice of 2015 aggregate assessed valuation from Jackson County. Notice of public hearing is advertised in the Examiner on September 2, 2015, and Bill number 4396 establishing the tax levy for 2015. This is all we have to offer for the record.
Thank you. Ms. Cates.
Yes, the property tax levy each year has to be established by the City Council and submitted to Jackson County for inclusion on the property tax bills by October 1st each year. We got the final assessed valuation last Tuesday on September 15th and put this together for this agenda. The proposed property tax levy for 2015 is 72.81 cents. The levy last year was 74.89 cents, so it's a decrease of 2 cents this year. That's mostly due to the fact that 2015 is a reassessment year. So the property values for real estate and personal property within the county are evaluated and updated as necessary. And each year the tax levy is adjusted up or down in compliance with the Hancock Amendment when property values change. So the property values went up significantly this year, which we're required by law to roll back the levy. And so we're rolling it back by 2 cents to 72.81. The property within the city of Blue Springs increased by $45,914,090, or 6.27%, and that's the largest increase we've seen since the recession started in the every other year assessment that we do. So the new assessed valuation for Blue Springs is $778,541,930. The new construction values for 2015 are $10,564,435, or 23% of the increase. And so we also haven't seen an increase that significant in new construction since the recession began either. So this is where we're starting to see the recovery in the numbers and new construction and housing that we've seen.
Okay, are there any questions? Ms. Cates? Anyone? Okay, seeing none. Since this is a public hearing, is there anyone in the audience like to speak in support of? In support of? In opposition to? Opposition to? No comments from the council? Yeah. Councilman Fowler.
As a citizen, I'm supportive.
All right.
I'll just pass that on.
That's great.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I would note we're on our way to being $1 billion city.
All right.
That close, huh?
Close?
Three-quarters?
Three-quarter, yeah.
That makes you a billionaire.
That indeed I am. Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Is there anyone like to introduce?
I'll introduce it, Your Honor.
All right.
First reading of Bill Number 4396, an ordinance establishing the tax levy for 2015.
Move the bill be approved on its first reading and proceed with the second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All same sign?
Second reading of Bill Number 4396, an ordinance establishing the tax levy for 2015.
Move the bill be approved in its second reading and assign the appropriate ordinance number.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Councilman Levesey?
Aye.
Councilman Fowler?
Aye.
Councilman Carter?
Aye.
Councilman Edmondson?
Aye.
Councilman Culpepper?
Aye.
Councilman Clavell?
Aye.
Mayor Ross?
Aye.
Carried unanimously, given ordinance number 4568.
Thank you. Next, we have the second reading of Bill 4392.
Second reading of Bill Number 4392, an ordinance appropriating from the revenue of the City of Blue Springs, Missouri, expenditures in accordance with the 2015-16 annual budget of the City of Blue Springs, Missouri.
Move the bill be approved on its second and final reading and assign the appropriate ordinance number.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Councilman Fowler?
Aye.
Councilman Carter?
Aye.
Councilman Edmondson?
Aye.
Councilman Culpepper?
Aye.
Councilman Clavell?
Aye.
Councilman Levesey?
Aye.
Mayor Ross?
Aye.
Carried unanimously, given ordinance number 4569.
That brings us to mayoral announcements, and there are a number of things. We had a very good week so far. Some of you were able to attend the Missouri Municipal League annual conference began on Sunday and concluded last night. A lot of activity. Our esteemed city attorney was one of the presenters and did a fantastic job. I sat on the front row. I think Eloise and I were the only two on the front row. Everybody else thought it was church. And they were in the back row. But anyway, she did a fantastic job leading that group, so thank you for making Blue Springs look good. Our own Ms. Kim Nakahota and the work she did with the team and partners in Blue Springs and how to open a business, how to start a business brochure. Blue Springs was awarded the Large City Innovation Award. So we were all there, a number of us, to receive that award at the luncheon yesterday. And you'll be seeing a little bit more about that. I think the EDC has already put out a press release on it, and most of you probably saw that. So congratulations to Kim. And I tell you, from that point on, I was constantly approached by other cities with accolades on what we did. And a number of them went to the session after the award to find out. I know Kirksville had a councilman there, and he said, how can I go about doing this? I know Jerry Welch, who was past president of the Missouri Municipal League and served on the board of directors with me, just couldn't say enough. She was still singing the praises this morning on how great that was and such a great idea. So, you know, the city was, and its partners were very deserving of that award. So we really appreciate the hard work that you put into that. I was totally surprised for those of there last night. And I guess the light bulb went off at some point that I received the Distinguished Service Award, which is something that they issue, they award once a year. And so I was very privileged to receive that award. Well, thank you.
Congratulations.
I chaired the nominating committee this year, and it was really a lot of fun. The western side of the state came out very well. We have a person in our midst that's now on the MML board, Councilman Chris Lavesey. So we congratulate him for going on the MML board. We were able to elect the mayor of Lee Summit, Randy Rhodes, as president, and the mayor of Riverside, Kathy Rose, as vice president. And we were also able to elect Nikki. What's Nikki's last name, Chris?
Wilson, I think.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
as the representative of the city clerks and finance officers
She's from Pleasant Hill, I think.
from Pleasant Hill. So we did extremely well there too. Am I missing anything? Anyway, it was a good week. It was a good MML conference. It was at the Sheridan, the Crown Center. Next year it's going to be at Union Station in St. Louis. Good meal. Yes, good meal. And we also we'd had Melody Colbert Keene, city council person, and they rotate the mayorship. She gave the luncheon speech, and in November in Nashville, Tennessee, she will become president of the National League of Cities, which will be the first time in 50 years that Missouri's had that position.
She's very energetic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've known Melody a long time, yeah. Yeah, she's enthusiastic. So anyway, things are going extremely well. And I'm going to move into thoughts to ponder. And Councilman Carter had sent me an email earlier today, and I'm going to divert, and this is kind of a tribute to Yogi Berra, who just died at age 90. And Yogi is a very interesting guy, you know, and you need to take a look at his book of quotes. He has a number of them. So, Councilman Carter, why don't you do yours? And anybody else that know a Yogi Berra quote, we'll have you do it, because I got a couple myself.
All right. It ain't over till it's over.
All right. Anybody else? Nobody else? I got a couple. They give you cash, which is just as good as money. And another one, the future ain't what it used to be. So those quotes will live on forever. So he was quite an interesting guy, and I guess not a big guy in stature. I think he was only 5'7", but he was a great baseball, great catcher. And so anyway, I'm sure that he will be missed by a lot of people, but his sayings will go on. I don't have any visitor appearance forms, so I would accept a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Same sign. We're adjourned.